Red Bull Drift Challenge. That's gonna require no skill. Hi guys, Wings Over Eden here. I had a lot of work to do this morning, so I'm just getting started today, but I wish I'd filmed yesterday. So yesterday we pulled off the front wheel, which was way easier than I've seen on some videos. We removed the pin, removed the nuts, put the whole thing up on a couple of cinder blocks and 2x4s, pulled the wheel out, and I learned so much. This is my first time ever actually changing a tire on a wheel. So we had a pry-bar kit and rim guards, which I didn't use properly. Not heating the tire ahead of time. Now I knew I should do this. Take the new tire, set it in the sun, let it warm up. You could use a hairdryer in a pinch, but I forgot. And that was one of the reasons it was just so difficult to get back on there. The other reason was because I was applying the wheel from the brake rotor side. So that disc was in the way constantly. And I didn't want to take it off, and it really decreased the amount of movement area I had, as well as restricting the leverage doing it on the floor inside the house. So the plan for today is to take off the rear wheel. We're going to change that out, and I'll make sure I work from the opposite side of the brake disc, which is what we did when we broke the beads and pulled the tire off. But when I put it back on, we worked the other direction and started putting it on the brake rotor side, which was a terrible idea. So if you guys are doing this on your own, keep that in mind. But I was pleasantly surprised. I needed one box wrench that I just put on this nut and let rest against the piece of 2x4 I had underneath of it. Took a ratchet to the other side. It took minutes to get off after removing the caliper, and I just tied it up higher on the fork so it wasn't dangling by the hoses. The back, I don't know if it'll be quite as easy because of the drive chain and the sprocket, but we'll see how that goes. Alright, so I have this stuff set up. I got a cinder block and two 2x4s on the other side. And the problem with that is when I push the bike upright. So this is how I did it yesterday. Obviously the bike was turned around. We put it under the high end of the fork, pushed the bike up onto it, put the block under the other side, relaxed it, sat up perfectly straight. It was great. However, it seems that the height of the fork is significantly lower than the height of the swing arm. So we're going to use a regular car jack, and we're going to try and jack it up on this end of the swing arm. I have seen people jack it up from the other side of the swing arm onto the kickstand, but this kickstand's so short that the bike will fall over. So I really want to avoid doing it in that way if I can. Okay, next problem, I have the jack on too much of an angle and it's hitting the tire. The right side, however, is clear and sitting well. So down one more time. The other option I have is I can try and put it under that knuckle. And I've seen people jack it from there. I don't really want to do that though, because that knuckle looks like milled aluminum. Alright guys, so it took me a minute, but I finally got it up. So what I've done is I got the cinder block, I have a 2x, and then I have a 2x on its side, on both sides. And then I have my car jack under that knuckle, just for a little extra stability, because it was wobbling. I was going to lock the front wheel, but I wanted standing up straight. There we go, that's the pin out. In general, guys, if you have the money, never reuse a pin. Get a new one. They're made out of really soft metals that tend to break. Alright, no idea how much you missed. I've been talking for about 30 minutes probably. I went and got some towels. I have a brush here somewhere. I got the wheel off. I loosened up the adjusting blocks, which apparently are not reliant on this bracket, which is good news, but on the other hand I also moved that bracket, so that's going to be a kind of to realign. But the chain's in really bad shape, so I'm going to clean it with my metal brush, which I really don't want to use. If you guys are interested, Rhyme49 has an excellent video on different cleaners and how well they actually work. Alright guys, so I finally got it off. Turned out something really funny happened when I was trying to get some leverage. Turns out this just pops right out. So that opened up the one side, which will make it easier. Here's my crummy tire that I just took off. Focus. Focus. Alright, you can't see it. But it's about as flat as it looks. Good for one track day before it blows. So now, I'm going to go on the back porch and get the tire, which is not warm yet. In case you guys want to know, what I'm putting on here are Shinko 705s. They are 10 mil wider in the front and the back than the OEM tires for the Ninja. The OEM's a 110 70-17 for the front, 140 I think 70-17 for the back. Let me find the size on this one. And so the front one is now a 120 and the back is a 150, I believe. I'm looking for the size on here so I can give you guys accurate information, but I don't. Oh, there we. Yeah, it's a 150. Okay, so it's a 140 in the back and a 110 in the front OEM. And now the Shinko 705s are meant for mostly on-road, like 70% on-road, and then some off-road. And while, yes, it is a sport bike, it's the only transportation I own, so I use it a lot for everything. And that includes going up the deep gravel, dirt, bumpy, muddy trails that we go on the weekends to go camping, backpacking, things like that. So that's why I chose these tires. Plus, I'm a year-round driver, so I'm hoping these will give me a good, decent amount of purchase in the slush and the snow, which I don't mind riding in. Ice is a completely different matter. Okay guys, it's finally done. Both tires. My neighbor was awesome and let me use his air compressor, so I didn't have to go out to Giant Eagle because that did not work yesterday. I was a little worried about the back tire. We had some leakage, but I realized I used a little too much Windex, so it provided lubrication on the bead and the air was leaking through there, but it seems great now. And after I've had a shower and a nap because I'm beat, I'll take it out and make sure everything checks out. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have the money, pay somebody else. And if you don't have the money, with some practice, it wouldn't be that bad. See you guys.